afternoon.
So just want to know about what is the DuPont water solution, what your company is doing. You can
hmm
just introduce yourself and about your company solution you provide
Okay.
the industry. Yeah.
Thank you for this opportunity. DuPont's Water Solutions is in the business of purification treatment of water.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is that when water comes out from a source, it needs to be treated to a certain quality and standard, and that's where our products are actually being used. We are one of the first company or the originators for the reverse osmosis membranes. So we invented these membranes 40 years ago, and we still keep to innovate and improve of them. We have nearly 80 years of experience in ion exchange technology, and we have over 30 years experience when it comes to ultrafiltration. And these are a complete portfolio of products. So when we go to a customer, it's just not one product. We go to a customer with, we get to a customer range of products, so that it's like multiple tools in a bag, so that we address and solve the problem.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to reverse osmosis, there are a range of products in the reverse osmosis space that we have. We have products starting from basic water purification products to some of the ones that can deal with seawater. So you take seawater, convert them to potable water, and then supply them to municipalities. So DuPont is, from a application perspective, we are in the space of municipal desalination, we are in wastewater recycle reuse, we are in the municipal water treatment, municipal wastewater treatment, commercial and institutional buildings, whether it is the wastewater coming out from commercial institutions or the water that needs to be treated to be supplied to each of the residents in a commercial or institutional complex, and right to the smallest home unit like home water RO purifier, our products are being used there.
Okay. So how you are doing for the textile industry? For the
Yeah.
I think textile is a most polluted industry. So you are giving already solution only for the textile industry. Yeah.
Yeah. So when we look at solutions, it's very industry specific. But then
Mm-hmm.
afterwards, when we address to solve a problem, it is for a particular customer.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, for the textile industry, our work started nearly about 10 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
when we really sat down with the textile mill owners and tried to understand their problems and where they are facing and what kind of problems that they were facing.
Mm-hmm.
At that point of time, we understood that for the effluents that they needed to that they were generating, what kind of challenges that we had, and we kind of brought out products at that point of time. Our CR100 XC70 products came out at that particular point of time to address the problems at that point of time. As time went by, one of the biggest challenges they faced was that the evaporator at the end of the zero liquid discharge was the biggest cost consumer. So
Mm-hmm.
they came back to us and said, how can you concentrate this water even further, so that the amount of water that we can send to the evaporator is less.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we kind of developed another range of products, which is the XC120 and XC1 new products that we are developing. Is how do we reduce and recycle as much water back in the reverse osmosis phase, so that the water going to the evaporator is reduced.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you send water to the evaporator, what happens at the end of the day? You have salts that are getting crystallized out of the crystallizer and evaporator. That is the process at the end. These salts are mixed salts, and they really don't know what to do with them. And so if you go to many of the textile plants or CTPs, you will see stacks of salt,
Yes.
stacked up there, and for them it is a headache.
Mm-hmm.
So we work closely with them to understand the kind of effluents they're generating, and can we separate these salt solutions.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were to separate brine, which is NaCl, can it goes as purified brine back to the dyeing process. And if it's the sulfate stream, if we can separate the chloride and sulfate, the sulfate goes as purified sulfate to again the dyeing process.
Mm-hmm.
So what we have done is looked at technology to selectively separate the chlorides and the sulfates, so that when the textile mineral owners, for them, the end salt production is reduced. So the
Mm-hmm.
aqueous solution goes back to their dyeing process, and they are able to create value out of it. So rather, where a salt would be dumped out, now instead of buying fresh salt, they are getting an aqueous salt solution back into their dyeing process, or a sulfate stream back into their dyeing process. So their buying costs have kind of reduced. So that's the way we have kind of been engaging with the textile industry to understand how and we can work to basically economize or bring circularity and value to the treatment process rather than just treat it as a process that okay, yes, I want to treat my wastewater because of pollution control,
Correct.
but now they're seeing value in it.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting back water, they're getting back aqueous NaCl streams, sulfate streams, and the amount of water going to the evaporator has reduced. So I know a case in one of the textile CTPs where they would operate the evaporator for 7 days, now they're evaporating on for 3 days.
Okay.
So that's a big cost
Yes,
reduction for the
correct.
textile industry, and then it also helps them in their economics because now they're more competitive.
Correct. Correct. Currently, what is your market? What are your market, India, international? What is
So we are very active in the whole textile market in India. So I mean, if you go to the Tirupur belt, you will see us all over the place there. So in most of the textile units in Tirupur there. But besides that, some of the larger corporates also we are actively engaging with those guys in terms of helping them recycle, reuse their water, bring circularity to the whole process. Because now, even if you look at corporates, it's just the sustainability.
Correct.
There's a lot of
Absolutely.
sustainability driven
Exactly.
initiatives, like some of the large corporates, have mandates to reduce their water consumption by 50%.
Okay.
So it's not only just that they have to recycle and reuse because of regulations. It is the own corporate sustainability that is bringing this into it. So corporates are kind of tending to do more and more of this. So yeah.
Okay. So any international market also you are looking
Yes,
at?
we actively participate in all the markets. Like for Vietnam, we are there. Indonesia, we are there. So we are all, wherever the textile markets are strong, you are seeing more and more international companies insisting that the end users or the textile mills have sustainability actions taken in place.
Correct. Correct.
For example, there are many of these top buyers. If you call them,
Yeah.
they say that if there is no water, savings in your plant, or if you don't have recycle and reuse, I may not buy from you.
Correct. Correct. That's true.
So that's forcing some of that also to happen. But I think so now they're seeing value in it, because for us, it is not just only about sustainability, it's also about creating value for the customers because they're using our products. We want to make sure that they see value in each of the streams that they are able to generate out of the treatment to get there.
Okay. So what is your main USP like to the competitors you must be having the competitors?
See, one of the things that we work with the customers is that it's not the capex, it is capex and opex.
Oh.
So look at it from a total cost perspective. We are a premium product, and because we are a premium product, we offer customers our products are more durable, which means they last longer. We get better rejection, that means the quality of the water produced is better. Lower energy consumption, so you spend less in the treatment process. Lower chemical consumption. So when you add up all these things, it starts to add up as a benefit to the end to customers. And this is what we kind of offer our customers versus what maybe then they evaluate us versus a competitor who is cheaper in terms of the product there. But we add up all that thing and we show it to him that okay, yes, we are committed to this. We know that you will see these benefits. And it is not one customer, then we also show him what other customers are seeing the benefits also it. Because we have seen some CETP owners, they kind of have done our solutions and they're very happy with it.
Okay.
Yeah. And it is not like, one solution for everybody. So it is very important to understand what is the effluent coming in.
Okay. As for that.
Yeah, and based on that, our solutions get customized. Suppose if it is very rich in chlorides, the solution needs to be a little different. You cannot use the same product for a chloride and a sulfate stream. So you need to kind of modify your solutions to suit the customer needs so that the solutions are more robust. He sees that okay, we are creating some value for him.
Okay. So today, like in any industry, like you said, that the sustainability is a norm for the buyers.
Yes.
Yes. The system and process should be in place.
Yes,
and
correct.
but in the India, you see, it is they just say that they are sustainable, but many wrong practices they are doing, and So how much India is evolved in the sustainability, like.
Actually, in the last 12 months, I have seen a lot of change. Earlier, as you say, they maybe have been lip service to what was said, but now
Correct.
I'm actually seeing the chief sustainability officers in place,
Mm-hmm.
having a team
Mm-hmm.
with clear metrics. So
Okay.
it's they actually are tracking the water saving that is happening.
Oh, that's
And
good.
because that is being tracked and reported straight to the CEOs of the companies,
Mm-hmm.
others tend to then be a little more careful about it. Because
Correct. Correct.
when the CEO mandates something and he
Yeah.
puts somebody in charge of it, then
Mm-hmm.
everybody starts to fall in line. So
Yeah.
it starts with the top. And when I'm seeing a lot of Indian corporates now taking strong actions towards sustainability,
Mm-hmm.
we see a lot of that more. Yes, it has still has a long way to go, I might say, but
Yeah.
at least the direction is right now. I
Correct.
mean, we can see people doing those things. Earlier, we
Mm-hmm.
would see only a few. Now, once the big guys start coming, I think so the mid-sized folks will start coming in, the small size come, and it then becomes a movement. And once it
Yeah.
becomes a movement, then it becomes okay. If I don't do it, then I'm the guy who's outcast.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
So as you said, you are a premium product, like so you are the mainly catering to the corporates. What is your price range? What is the cost of your installation and everything? So,
See, it varies depending on the water quality.
mm-hmm.
See, if your water quality is not severe, probably you don't need that much level of treatment. But if your water is very severe, then it goes to a very extensive treatment process. When I say I'm a premium product, means I might be about 15 to 20% more premium compared to the other
I
products in
don't
the
know. Yes,
marketplace. Right?
yes.
So when I am at that kind of a premium, customers want to know why.
Hmm.
So
Correct.
that's when we kind of have a strong team here
Mm-hmm.
to back us up. We have a
Okay.
good technical team. These
Mm-hmm.
technical team have got a lot of experience in wastewater recycle, reuse, desalination. So we work very closely with the customers to actually not only just you know design an optimized process, but also to make sure that the plant is supported through good technical knowledge when it gets into operation.
Okay. Yeah. So SME also, they are also
Oh yes, in
investing
fact, a
your
lot of
major
SMEs actually buy our product. I mean,
Okay.
it's not. I, I would say the big corporates are more, sensitive to price
Okay.
than the mid-sized players,
Okay.
and that's because you have, different metrics in large organizations which
Mm-hmm.
everybody needs to adhere to. But in a small organization, you talk to the owner, you
Mm-hmm.
explain your value to the owner, he likes it, he deals it, closes it.
Correct.
It's the decision making process is very fast.
Mm-hmm.
You are talking to the owner for whom money matters,
Correct. Correct. That
right?
is
It's
true.
not to a person who just has a metric to reduce costs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So
Correct. That
that's
is
the thing.
true.
I feel it's easier to do business, and business with small and medium sized owners organizations are faster and easier to
That
have.
is,
Yeah.
okay. So currently, what is your market share in India and the international
See, the market share, we have a majority market share when we come to the products,
level? Mm-hmm.
especially if you look at the advanced treatment products. No other organization has the total portfolio of products.
Mm-hmm.
See, we have ion exchange resins, we have ultrafiltration, and we have reverse osmosis. Our competition may have just RO or UF and RO,
Mm-hmm.
or they have ion exchange resins.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to UF, we have the complete portfolio of ultrafiltration, out to in, into out, PVDF, PES. So our portfolio has just become so big. So when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to actually looking at the share, it's it's a little skewed because it's just that our portfolio is so big.
Okay. So you want to figure any numbers or some?
It's very difficult to put a hand on the number and say
Okay.
where it is.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
But what is the total market size you just in India around the?
should be close to around about 150 to 180 million, somewhere around more in that range,
Okay.
just for these advanced treatment products, I
Advanced
would say.
treatment plan.
I
Okay.
mean, then you have, I mean, the whole water treatment industry is a few billion dollars, I
Mm-hmm.
would say.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but the advanced treatment products, then there's of course the plant that is built around the products.
Mm-hmm.
So what we supply is just the core technology.
Okay.
Then there is a whole plant with pumps,
Mm-hmm.
pipes, walls, and everything.
Correct.
So we may be just 10-15% of the overall
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
cost of the plant.
Okay.
The rest of the plant is all the other ancillaries, vessels, tanks, piping, instrumentation, which makes up a bulk of the cost of the plant. Ours is still a smaller portion,
Okay.
but a very important portion.
Okay. So the last question, like, do you want to tell the industry, because textile industry entrepreneur, because textile industry more 95% is a SME and 5% is only the corporates,
Yep.
So what the message you want to give to the SME who are coming up with the sustainable products and all that?
So we understand the textile market.
Mm-hmm.
We understand textile affluence because we work very closely with lots of textile mill owners.
Mm-hmm.
We understand that every uh, customer needs a solution which is specific to his wastewater need.